dear Lord, please let the words that flow from me be in your spirit. Amen. Okay, everyone, it has been quite an interesting day. Not only have I been in contact with Spirit, with God, with the Lord, whatever you want to call him, I have also just gotten a number of signs, I feel like. Now I have to actually follow up with this because I know a lot of people will use clickbait titles, but Osmond Gold released a video titled Trump just ended the war in the Middle East, and all I could think about as he said that was peace and safety, the line of peace and safety in the Bible. And all throughout today, I had just felt this call to write, and so I did write more. Let me go ahead and pull up exactly what was written to me. And that was, so this was a message that I received earlier today. I was sitting there in the feeling, that's how it always works. I just sit there with that loving feeling flowing through me, and then it says, write this down. Kind of like how yesterday when I said I asked, give me sight beyond sight, and the voice that responded back with was, told me to open up the Bible and go to Psalm 7. The voice then said, write this down. And here is what it said. The end is declared in the beginning. I am, you are, we are one. You are part of me, and you will return to me. I said back then that it is done, and it has been done. I have chosen you based on your heart. Your heart dictates your actions, and so you are a conduit for my message. Keep spreading it, and you will be blessed. I told you to exchange wealth for ascension, and the ascension is complete. And now you will be blessed beyond all earthly desires. That was sent to me around 2 p.m. today. I wrote that down and then transcribed it to my computer. And from there, I kind of sat with it. And I remember as I wrote that down, the I am, you are, that is the he's eternal, we're eternal. Together we are, part of him, as he so eloquently explained. When I wrote down, I said back then, it is done. I saw Jesus on the cross saying, it is done. Those are the final words he spoke. The I have chosen you based on your heart is in relation to the carjacking incident. For those of you that are new here, in 2022, someone tried to carjack me at gunpoint. I fought them off. I did not get away unscathed, and the gun went off right next to my head. The individual was caught and was facing 130 years in prison, and I let him plead guilty as a minor, so that way he only had to do 6 weeks in what they referred to as a hardware facility. So I felt like 130 years in prison was too much for a 17-year-old kid at the time, and I didn't think that the U.S. prison system would allow him to learn an actual lesson. So I hope that whatever happened after he learned that lesson in full. And since then, Jesus has been with me. The energy that I now refer to as Jesus it just came to me while I was at a Catholic wedding in a Catholic church. And since then, that was like a month after the fact. And since then, he has been with me off and on. I've gone over this before, so that's just the brief history of that. And then here, the following was, your heart dictates your actions, and so you are a conduit for my message. Keep spreading it and you will be blessed. So essentially how I took that as is him telling me that because my actions were good, which was not driven solely by the whole idea that your works equate your quality, but rather the quality of your heart determines your actions. So he said it was because of that that he came to me, and that because I have done that and I listen to him, I am a conduit for his message. So that's why I'm here, just spreading the good news. If you could say that, then there's nothing to fear. So essentially from the rest of the message, I get that keep spreading it and I will be blessed. But then he also says that I've completed my ascension, which was from this borderline spiritualistic person to believing fully in Jesus Christ. And now you will be blessed beyond all earthly desires. So that's comforting. And that, again, follows the message that there is nothing to fear. Even though we are in crazy times, don't hold on to fear, release it, and just bathe in the love, bathe in the light, and just gonna try my hardest to spread that message to everyone who will listen. And then on my way home, I know a lot of people will be like, don't look too much into things, don't look into signs, anything like that. But I was listening to a 90s alternative playlist when I was on my way home. You know, I have to drive a while in traffic, so the best way to pass the time is to put on this karaoke playlist and just kind of jam out, so to speak. And so at least that keeps the road rage at bay. So that's a great way for me to deal with that. So I was, jamming out, listening to that music and singing, and then I thought to myself, right as I'm about to pull on the road right next to my house, Knocking on Heaven's Door by Aerosmith was what was there, and I thought, well, that's weird. And then as I was at the light right next to where I need to turn into my house, there's a stoplight, and and the song that came on was Closing Time, and I was just like, okay, that kind of lines up strangely. I take that into consideration while I also had that message that I told you that I wrote down a minute ago. And then I also, a lot of people say numbers aren't biblical. From my experience, it's always been a thing that when I am in tune, I just see synchronicity. Whether people want to think that's me being deceived or deceitful, I don't care what most humans think. It means something to me. And I saw a lot of like 10:01, 13:31, 31:13, and essentially what those mean to me is that you get out of life what you put into it, and taking that into consideration in addition to your heart dictates your actions, and so you are a conduit for my message. Keep spreading it and you will be blessed. I'm following that. So I'm following, my action is coming from my good-hearted nature, and then I am receiving the blessing because of that. And not necessarily that my work was even needed, because I have this very staunch stance that either the sacrifice was needed to be saved or it was not. But also faith without works is dead. So I have always put this into a different sort of light, and that is like a different thought process. And another way to say that is how the spiritualists say it, and that is because they believe everything is energy, and what you put out, you are also drawing to you. So if you put out positivity and you're acting from your heart center of that love energy, then you're gonna attract good things back to you. In spirit, I have a video that I'm gonna do here within the next week where I outline that process that happened to me, where I went from being a spiritualist into a believer in Christ. Like I'm gonna outline that whole process where I started off, where my faith got shaky, where I was holding on by a little tether when I was introduced to spirituality, which prevented me from being a full-blown atheist, and then all that. So I'll outline my journey in a more concise way. I do have other videos out there where I've just kind of monologued before, new setup. But I really want to do something that's more focused and really talk about that journey. So I'm really excited to bring that to you. And, getting back to today's story, I got home and then I, of course, get out of the car and I'm looking at my phone and I see Osmongold's video. So the vibe right before I got out of my car was, oh, we're near the end. Like it just felt like we are here. I have felt for the last few days that the split that I've been talking about for the last 2 years is finally here. And I'm beginning to feel that shift and it probably started the day that everything was taken away. So I'm filled with this positivity. It's the exact opposite of my spiritual awakening back in 2012. It's just this whole thing that I do realize that this life doesn't matter like as much as the other side, as the spiritual world, but also I'm not filled with this emptiness and this dread and sadness. Instead, what I'm filled with is just love and a desire to endure, just knowing that I'll be okay. My cat's chasing something around, probably a bug. I can hope it's a bug, otherwise it's not gonna be good. And now he's meowing, so maybe it's a ghost, you never know. But anyways, I get out of my car and I look and I see Osmongold's video where he says that Trump has ended the war in the Middle East, and then all I could think about, what went through my head was peace and safety, that line about peace and safety in the Bible, and sudden destruction. So because again, I don't have any trust in humans, in human beings. I just really don't. So I rely on the word and I rely on my connection, and I just use my discernment to decode these messages, and then I just tell everyone about them. So Jesus has been putting in a lot of work to make sure that I am feeling comfortable, and I've done my part in being open to that, and I just feel loved and blessed. And I just wanted to share that with you all today, that and I've said this before and I'll say it again, even though I believe we are near the end, I know there's nothing to fear. So if you are feeling like anxious or anything along those lines, it's okay to allow yourself to feel that and process it, but just let go and focus on the blessings that you do have and the blessings that are inevitable. That's the best way that I can describe it. That is only the best way to describe it. So that achieves everything that I wanted to talk about here today. But really quick, I want to give a shout out to all the new subscribers. As always, guys, we reached 200 subscribers this week, which blows my mind. We have had a lot of growth this year, and it just means the world to me that anyone would feel that I am worthy of their attention. So again, thank you so much. I will always be here to continue and spread this light of love and positivity, and I certainly hope that you will continue with me on this journey. I am going to start implementing live streams here soon. I don't know exactly when, but one of you commented in a video within the last month that asked if I live streamed and said that if I did, you would love to talk to me. So you will eventually get that opportunity, though I don't know when. When I do know, I will make an announcement. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the channel, because I usually put updates through the social tab, like a status update here, just to keep you all informed and in the loop. I do that for when videos, like nights that I'm not going to do a video. And things have been a little bit chaotic since switching up the setup. So trying to find a new groove, right? The Emperor's new groove. Not that I'm the Emperor or anything. That's just the title came through my mind while I said that. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for me today. I can't wait to see you all soon. And until the next time, my name is Ken, and I'll see you then.